YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back with yet another online commentary battle now that the replays seem to be working. So I'm so excited. These aren't the best battles ever, but there's something to be learned in all of them, in my opinion. I didn't come in here playing like a pro. I don't know exactly how this patch works. I probably made a mistake in bringing Pontus versus Baktria, since Pontus's main strength was the Bronze Shield pikemen because they were so affordable. Well, now they're not, because the Bronze Shield have that encourage ability I showed you on the overview, so they're now like 840 talents rather than the 6-something, so they're not viable anymore. So the best unit I think for a main line is Pontus is going to be these standard hoplites, and you can see him here. Some of these guys have really cool shields. This is a really cool one right there in my opinion. So yeah, they have some awesome shields going on in that gold color like that. So I've got six hoplites holding up my front line. I have 5 Eastern Slingers, 1 unit of Scythian, mercenary Scythian horse archers. Here they are, you guys wearing the hoods. And I've got a unit of Noble Blood Cav here, which is a melee cav. You can see its stats. It's got a good bonus for its infantry. This is a pretty solid melee cav. And then I've got 1 Pontic Royal Cav where my general's at. Got a Pontic Swordsman on either flank, and then I'm sporting these Scorpions. I think these Scorpions are going to become more valuable if a player is foolish enough to bring expensive infantry or cav. My opponent did bring some stuff that would be good targets for these Scorpions, and I will show you whether or not I use it properly. My opponent has 3 Scythian Horse Archers out here on the flank. I've already killed 6 in this unit, so I'm going to use my Scorpions to keep his Horse Archers at bay, because otherwise these guys would have a pretty easy time getting my Slingers distracted, meaning that he could potentially win a skirmishing fight. So again, I have 5 Eastern Slingers, he has 3 and 1 unit of Syrian Archers. So there's the Syrian Archers. He has 5 units of just standard pikemen. Not very good units. There's an obvious intention with my opponent's army, and I didn't recognize it until too late, unfortunately. Oops, foreshadowing. So in any case, my opponent's got 2 Hellenic Cataphracts, which are very expensive, but still very powerful, especially in a rear charge. And against cavalry, they're going to maim almost any cav unit. And he's got his general in an Indian armored elephant, which, as I said on my last video, are still extremely strong. Here's his other cataphract, and then he's just got a Bactrian noble horse here, which is a good melee cav. Not quite as good as my own, but it's good. And then he's got a citizen cav here, which is not as good as the noble blood cav that I have. And on this other flank, again, I've got the swordsman and the noble blood cav. Now, honestly, I don't know what Air was thinking, putting swords on my flank to protect from... Really, these guys were supposed to be charge bait. I could have used them as charge bait to attract his shot cav so that I could then get into a prolonged fight with my noble blood cav, thinking that would help. I'm even bringing another noble blood cav to this flank, so that's the idea. I just want to absorb his charge and then get my noble blood cav in. Really what I should have done, though, is come and put these swords right here in the middle of my line, because they will do fine against these pikemen, and then brought the hoplites out here to support the cav fights, because they're going to be better. Now over here, I'm luring my opponent's horse archers in. He's coming in, taking shots, and I turned around real quick with my horse archers, did a melee charge. My opponent saw it too late. I pinned him down, and then I'm bringing in my Pontic Royal Cav, with otherwise couldn't have caught his cav. Now there's Scorpion Fire, Slinger Fire, Pontic Royal Cav all coming in, and all of a sudden I just bust 2 of his horse archer units and send him packing. It did cost me my own, but hey, 2 for 1, I'm happy with that. This one routes, but doesn't break. So it ends up getting to come back. My own horse archer, check it out, it was going to stick around, but my slingers keep firing at the routing units and then rout my own horse archer unit. Way to go, Air. Way to go. I'm winning the skirmishing fight handily. I'm not even using focus fire, and my guys are winning, but my opponent's not using focus fire either. So you can see our slingers duking it out with each other. His Syrian archers are firing as well, and these guys are going to get cut down pretty bad by slingers, because they don't have a shield for potentially blocking projectiles. So they're not going to do well against slingers. I'm not saying archers couldn't potentially beat slingers, but it's not usually what you want to do in a head-on fight. You don't usually want to take archers head-on with slingers. It's not the best idea. So my opponent starts charging forward with his phalanx. At this point, I should have redirected my slinger and slinger fire towards his phalanx, I think, to go ahead and start causing some damage. I mean, I pretty much own his guys. And again, my swords are out here on the flank. I do start firing my Scorpion at his elephants, and you can see a bolt just flew overhead right there. If you had it on high definition, you could. And anyway, you can see my Scorpion bolts flying past. Those ones hit this elephant here. I am getting hits on this elephant with Scorpion bolts. And I'm thinking that hopefully my Scorpions will help weaken these guys up to where they die, and if you can even see some blood there where that one got hit. More Scorpion Bolts flying in. Really, though, my Scorpion Bolts should have been directed at his Hellenic Cataphracts. I could have gotten some Hoplites braced to protect my flank. So, for instance, if this unit of Hoplites would have just come here and braced, I could have substituted the sword unit in, and look, I blobbed my guys up on his pikes. Now, don't be fooled, though. My guys will win against these pikes if it just gets prolonged. But the thing is my opponent's not going to just sit here and let my Hoplites take him out. Look, he's sneaking this Horse Archer unit in. It's not quite in the right formation, but it's going to get through and start putting pressure on my skirmishers. And then I do stop the charge partly of this Cataphract, but my general gets hit, and he's going to be in bad shape against those Cataphracts. I didn't get my charges done properly on this flank, and these Hellenic Cataphracts are just ripping into my Noble Blood Cav. So I'm losing the backlines, and then check this out. As soon as I didn't have a unit to brace, my opponent brings these Armored Elephants in and just starts mowing my Hoplites down. This is exactly what these units were meant for, and that's exactly how my opponent uses them. Just absolutely mops the floor with my guys. Now, it's kind of funny that his guys don't die when getting stepped on, but if they did that, it'd get pretty hard to use elephants. But in any case, look at him just mowing down my Hoplites. This is why I should have put 2 of my swordsmen into the fight against the pikes, and let his pikes come towards me, and I could have braced a unit of Hoplites on the flank to discourage him from being able to come in with these heavy units. I wasn't able to keep my skirmishers focused on his elephants either because he got his cav into my back lines, and it was just all downhill from there. So don't underestimate these elephants. These guys cost like 1,300 talents now, but they can still turn the entire tide of the battle just like they did there. So the risk for my opponent was he's bringing that expensive unit, but by gosh, it paid off. 367 kills. My Scorpions did a decent job of killing quite a few of his cav, but those are mostly skirmish or Horse Archer cav. So it's too bad I didn't target his Cataphracts with them, because I could have gotten some pretty good kills on his Cataphracts, and then that would have helped me out in the cav fight. And again, I should have had Hoplites on the flank, or just forgot the swordsman and brought more spearmen, because I don't know what I was thinking I really needed swordsmen against Baktria. They're a cav faction. So in any case, it's a learning experience. So I enjoyed the battle. Good game to my opponent. Hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.